Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I am redoing this video. So no, your app, YouTube didn't trip. I had to delete it. The audio was not as good as I liked it to be. So, and I wanted to actually give some resources. But before we get into all of that, again, happy Friday. But first and foremost, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you to the fullest. Please go ahead and like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know whenever it is that I upload a video full of my experiences. I've decided I'm not really wanting to sip tea because I like to be frank. And you can only be frank when it's your truth and experience, which nobody can negate. So this is my perspective. Now, what you see here, and excuse my voice, it's these allergies. In DFW, it rained, so the ragweed is crazy. It's crazy. But as you see, it says, I need a sexter. Hi, girls. And it's anonymous. This person, I'm sure she's wonderful. I'm sure she's great. I don't know her. You don't see her. We know she's not important. A sexter should be able to, and she goes on and proceeds. You can read it yourself, because I'm not going to pad it up with reading to y'all like reading Rainbow. Shout out to LeVar Burton. But anyways, she lists the things that she requires for a sexter. So my thing is this. Whether you are a sexter or a full-blown account manager where you sext, make the post, make the VIP upgrade rebill announcements, fan engagements, answering DMs, selling videos, doing bumps, making the GIFs, editing pictures, screenshotting old pictures from the archive and editing. That way they're not, the anxiety of them yelling at you, you not performing well, it's out the window, That's what I did. So this person is simply looking for a sexter, and I say simply because it's just a smaller task. They're not doing full account management and getting 2K out of 120K. But so in business, what you need are contracts. Just like they need a sexter, you need your contract that you have for them signed. If they want to come up with a contract to read over it with the lawyer, hey, these creators are making a substantial amount of money, 20K and more, those who are making that much, they can, well, really, 5K and more can afford a lawyer. 1,000K a month can afford a lawyer to go over that, or someone, a paralegal or a friend from high school who did not slip through the cracks. So have them review it if they give you one. But really, as far as assistants and account managers to sexters, come up with a contract, because they outline all of the expectations for both of y'all, and they protect both of y'all from if those expectations aren't met. So for instance, speaking from my personal experience, I had quit before but was asked to go back again, and I said, okay, well, this time I'm not gonna have days off because last time I didn't, and that just really, it didn't work out for me. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, got it. No problem. My narcissist abuser said at the time. So I'm like, cool. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and proceed. We can get started. So I was helping one of my sisters, stuff, helping her get on because I cared that much. But that's how they groom you. That's how they reel you in. We'll talk more about narcissism on my Patreon and Twitch. But again, like I said, you've got to document everything. We do live in the era of screenshots and screen recording, really. Okay? And not only that, besides it being document, things are firm, they're binding, and they're legally enforced when taken there. So, for instance, like I said, for me, once those days weren't meant to be off for me, hey, we had an agreement. Or we wouldn't have to even have come to there. I would have had my Wednesdays off and Sundays. Or whatever I had agreed to at the time. So, there are a lot of apps out there. You can just go on your app store, Google Play Store. There's stuff like Quick Track, Honeybook, Contracts, Jotform, to name a few. If you're doing this, you don't have a fax machine, which I don't see why not, because if you're making, $200,000 a month, anywhere from, $50,000 to $200,000 a month, running that kind of business, I don't see why you wouldn't have a fax or have access to one. But if you don't want to do that way, you can download the eSign PDF editors app. Do that. Protect yourself. Don't be like me. Be better than me. By wising up, making that decision to do that. Again, that's eSign PDF editors. They can sign, and yeah, they're gonna need their company name or their name. Also, like I said, with us, it was more of a mutual thing because of our history, but I know, realistically speaking, that's not going to be that way for most everybody. They're going to have their family members work on it. But in the event if you were to, as an assistant, get terminated beforehand, they will have to go accordingly to that contract that you have created. So that's why it's so imperative for you to come up with a contract and think of, hey, okay, early termination, how much are they going to pay out? What is the longevity of the service? 6 months, is that the minimum? And what's the max? You're going to have to think of that. I do also recommend a percentage, especially as a full manager. Definitely, I definitely recommend a percentage. And not no 10% from somebody who's making, nearly $100K a month or more, $20K a month. If you're going to be the backdrop and they are the image, they're good at angles and selfies and they're just hot and they, whatever the case is, you need to have you need to be getting a percentage. You're the family, as an account manager, you're the family liaison. That's how they're able to retain their fans, is because you're on clock, on schedule. You're doing it for them. You're running it, So with that said, that's when I realized let me get back to doing me, my OnlyFans. So I am manifesting that this message gets to those who need it. The older I get, and I said this, and I'm going to probably say it in every video. The older I get, and I'm not old, but I'm no longer, I'm just out of my 20s. Just out. I realize I want to do things with meaning and purpose. And this contract has every purpose, because It's going to protect your ass. It's going to protect you. Nobody else will. I don't care if it's your mom. You need to have a contract in place. As a matter of fact, based off of the experiences that I've had, especially if it's your mom. Okay, I say your mom's the exception. Because you came out of her. You wouldn't be here without her. But you get, I mean, do you get my points? You do. So I'm about to get on Twitch. THEE _ Coco _ Shea. I'm about to get on Twitch. Put on this yoga outfit. Do some stretching. We're going to talk about, of course, this is our narcissist stretching meditation. I talk with y'all. So I will see y'all there again. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. You already know. Subscribe. And don't forget that notification bell. Thank you for listening. I'm going to drink some water. Woo!